Hi everybody, my name is Shai. I'm from ConTrust CEO and co-founder. ConTrust is content you can trust. Let's start with my Facebook page. Let's try and dissect it for a minute. On the right-hand side, we can see the brands, the fuel of the internet, what drives the money flow today at least. And on the left-hand side, we can of course see the content. And most of the time, these two guys get along quite nice. But the problem is when we're talking about user-generated, uncontrolled content, in some sense, some of the content might be problematic, inappropriate, illegal, spammy, fishy, whatever. And these guys, the brands on the right side, don't like that so much. So what they're doing is they're taking their business somewhere else because they don't want to get affiliated into that kind of a domain. And the publishers or the social media platform that knows about it, what they do today is they take in moderators, people to go through the content and decide what is good and what is bad. It's ineffective, it's not scalable, and it's very costly. ConTrust is basically providing an automatic social media moderation solution. We sit between the user-generated content and the website, and we help them decide what is good and what is bad automatically with the help of one or two people on their end to provide only for management capabilities for the system. The brains behind the system is a technology-based proprietary of ConTrust that we look at information and content and behavioral analysis and decide what is good and what is bad. We look at the user that contributes the information, his past history, through a user reputation engine. We look through how the information is being generated and the content itself. Part of it, we're using cooperation with mature technologies like image analyzer and security companies and categorization companies as well. We are supporting text, images, video. We're a cloud SaaS-based XML API service, meaning we're easy to assimilate, but not more than easy assimilation. Because we're in the cloud, we can see a lot of stuff that helps us detect better stuff easier. We're a turnkey solution, and we're very focused on the management capabilities of the system. So it's time for a short demo. Because we don't have any internet connection, I'm going to show you how a management of a moderation system would look like. This is the queue of, let's say, posts that will get into the moderator. You can see a queue of posts. Every post has its own, let's call it, risk score analysis. You can see sort of a bar indicating what the problem. When you go into each post, you can then see the problem, or if it's not a problem, if it's green, then it's okay. You can see here that Louis Lemaire posted a post about the LeWeb at Paris, and he added the link as well. We're taking the out print screen and showing it to the moderator, not letting him follow onto the page itself. And of course, the moderator can decide if he wants to accept it or not. You can see your percentage as well. The percentage is part of our content reputation environment, indicating if we have seen similar or identical content before, we will now tell you what decisions were made upon this similar content, for instance. Now, any moderator can actually indicate if part of the content is problematic or not, mark it as good, mark it as bad. This is a good post. Let's look at a bad post. This is a post that the anti-porn detection engine detected as problematic. You don't see anything in the text itself, but when you go on a link, you can then see that it's an adult page, and you can see what indicated within the problematic engine itself, and then you can go through all the content itself and make the decision much faster. You can see here that somebody posted a link, I like bush like this, and this was indicated as problematic. Well, some people might think it's problematic, some people might not. It's very subjective, and that's very important about the content and the whole management system. It's actually adapting to your environment, and we'll soon see how it looks like. Now, this whole page is the full moderation system for all the posts, but I haven't been honest with you because the moderator wouldn't look at this environment. He would actually look at this one, because all the margins on the end and on the beginning will be automatically taken away, leaving to the moderator only the small portion of information to actually detect what is good and what is bad. Setting up the system, website will actually segment his categorization within the website if he has channels for sports, healthcare, sex, etc. Any category in the website will be actually correlated to specific moderators and specific policies. For every specific policy, you can see an indication of threats and risks that every website, every media platform can detect or decide upon what's the specific thresholds and information that he wants to decide upon every specific category, rendering him the ability to configure for each environment what he wants to do and how he wants to react to. Now, let's go back to the presentation. So, We can see, we talked about communities and publishers, but they're not the only guys that's suffering. Enterprise 2.0, we're talking about an environment that will come to a 5 billion market range at 2013, but they're very afraid about what's the reputation and liability issues. Widgets and ad networks, these guys are spreading the ads out there, viraling disinformation, but what happens where a Nike brand on one side goes to its ad network or widget network saying to him, hey, why is my widget sits alongside some inappropriate content? So we're helping all these guys actually make more businesses by providing them a healthier environment and a safer environment in the user-generated content realm. So why use ConTrust? The moderation cost is much more cheaper. The CPM that the brands will pay will be higher because it's a safety environment, and it's an enabler for new businesses because, again, it's a safety environment.
1 minute.
The moderation market itself, the social media market itself will be big. People talking about 20 billion by 2013. Again, the moderation market will be a subset of that market. We evaluate it as 10% of that. Our business model is B2B. It's easy because we're cutting costs on the businesses today, meaning that we're providing a package-based, if it's tier or volume, or media segmentation-based, what are we checking and how. Basically, it's pay per post. We're now in closed beta after launching at the Web'08 Expo 2 months back. And they say to save the best for last. So the best thing about ConTrust is the team itself. It's comprised of people coming from the security arena and the web arena, people from Checkpoint, WebSense. The former CEO of Wi-Fi is our advisory board. One of the investors was the founder of Applied Semantics, et cetera, et cetera. And if I have one sentence to finish off, I would say that the opportunity is huge, the team is the right stuff, the technology is unique, and the world needs us. Okay. Choose ConTrust for content you can trust.
Thank you. Thank you very much.